And this is the underground. And right at the gate, let's get a mic check. Don't know what's going on. Launched the stream. Yeah, it's probably the OBS or something. I don't know. That was a weird one. It kicked out the old stream and it showed like a second. I don't know. I just kind of rebooted everything, restarted, and here we are. Thank you for the 5x5s. Good evening. We're here. Thank you, D. White, Hoodie Ross, Kev Barr, everybody out there shares the stream. It's appreciated. Thank you for the feedback. And yeah, thank you. Much love. Good to see everybody. Hopefully we can get this one off without too many issues here tonight. If you got anything you want to get to me, dabu7@yahoo.com, or tag me in the chat, just like the Silver Sailor just did. Japan in the house. Pure blood salute. Thank you, IB Rules. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, as always, we got plenty to cover here tonight. We'll start off here with an update in space real quick. We've got a geomagnetic storm watch. Some of these here as of late have gone severe. Will hit like G4, and that can cause some issues. And the last one that did that, it wasn't predicted to hit a G4, so you just never know what's going to go down. And thank you, Parker, for the super chat. But the Comet Atlas is pretty much no more. I told you last time how it lost its core, like the head of it, and now it's fully, as you can see there, disintegrated and falling apart. Someone, thank you for the coffees. Pure bloods all day. Washington, much love. Appreciate that. Turn down the volume. And I think we got another update right here. Oh yeah, tonight. If you step outside, you can see this conjunction of all the planets. Last night, Arizona, this was caught. Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Venus, and Saturn. Even Orion's belt in the mix in this shot in the Pleiades. And Andromeda. You can see why, even going back into the ancient lore, some of these places hold heavy meaning. But yeah, you can see this alignment lit up just like that outside. Silver Sailor, man, thank you for gifting the memberships and everyone that received them. Welcome to the underground. Well, much love. I've got a recall here. It's going to shock some people. Yeah, Stellarium's good too, Morpher. I use it myself. U.S. auto safety regulators putting out a recall on 900,000 GM vehicles for engine failure. That's huge. And thank you, Instrumental. I'll touch on that here in just a second. We're going to get into all this, the potentials. Thank you for the question and the super chat. I know there's a lot of people out there driving GM trucks, these newer ones, these V8s. They're popular. The Silverados, Chevy Tahoes, Suburbans, the Yukons, the Sierras, the Escalades, the Escalade ESV. They're all affected in this. This is huge. This is a huge one. They're saying that apparently a failure can occur without warning, posing a risk of crashing. The issue is linked to the bearings in the engine they can cause the engine to seize up and the connecting rod to get thrown through the engine block. So that's horrible. So that's the problem here in mass. Just a heads up, if anyone's got oh my, am I seeing that right? Pure bloods, God bless you. Hold on. Did I just see 100 coffees? Am I tripping? I mean, that's like insane. Hold on here. I've gotta. It went by so quick. I gotta get some refreshments here. Oh my gosh, dang us. You did. I don't even know what to say besides, thank you so much. Appreciate it to the fullest, man. Almost leaves me speechless. Yeah, that's huge, man. Can't thank you enough, brother. I'm gonna get a refresh real quick on my main YouTube screen because I'm not seeing a lot of movement on it. Okay, mine was frozen at like 500 and some people. I refreshed them over 1,000. Okay, so yes. Again, thank you for that. That's just huge, Dangus. Much love, Daz. I got a funny feeling a lot of people are going to be seeing this issue more and more throughout the years. These trucks are on lots all over the country to be sold 2019, 2024s. That's the main range. So if you got anything 2019 to 2024, get a brand new truck, for crying out loud. This is not good. So just saying. Might want to look into it. If you got one, I know somebody out there does. I know it. Just get on top of it. It's good they're doing a recall and that they'll replace or fix the issue or whatever. So at least get it done if they're going to pay for it and do all that. I know it's a headache, but it's better than nothing. It's better than the engine blowing and you not knowing about this and not getting anything covered. And one would like to think if you've got a newer vehicle like that, you've got some kind of warranty on it anyway. In terms of home sales, I wanted to point out that they are the lowest since 1995. So people just are not buying the homes for different reasons. A lot of it has to do with that inflation rate, just the way the economy has been. And the insurance rates, you can see here, double-digit hikes have happened in insurance rate for the second consecutive year. This is not just for people that are in wildfire areas like in California or in flood zone or hurricane path. This is across the board. Double-digit hike here. So a lot of people feeling this across the board. They do stuff like that. And this is a big one. We should pay attention to this since Bill Gates is having dinner with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago discussing jabs and how to profit from it all. We should pay attention to some of the stuff going on. And gee, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that super chat. The state of Georgia officially announcing they're stopping all poultry sales. And this is, I don't know, when your state effectively stops all sales of an item, it's a serious problem. When they completely stop selling chicken, people better start paying attention. I mean, California, like last month, like preemptively jumped the gun and declared a state of emergency because of bird flu. And of course, you haven't seen nothing since really come out of it. Like, this is sitting there waiting to blow up. And again, I do not like the fact that Mr. Warp Speed and Mr. Gates are dining at Mar-a-Lago when he should have been slapping cuffs on him. I mean, how can you sit there on one hand and talk all this crap about Poultry and like try to put it on him and not say anything to Gates? Dude, this world is a sham. I see at the stage, it's a sham. Okay? It's garbage. It takes me back to the first time Trump ran. And I keep it real. It was all Hillary for prison, and she was sitting there front row at his inauguration, off on the sides. Are you kidding me? This world is a stage. And if you're falling for any of the crap along in it, I mean, that's on you. Some of us have made it to the point where we see what it is. We see the establishment clearly. We see this whole thing rigged and set up. And they had certain things they had to do during Joe Biden's 4 years. They had to do certain things, certain agendas they really couldn't have done under Trump's watch because it just doesn't fit the bill. That's why they've got a left and a right, the left-right paradigm. And really, it's because of the ignorant people out there that can't figure it out and see that this is the left-right paradigm. They got us into this mess to begin with. They fall into it one way or another. If you're awake, you can see easily that they stacked Trump against some horrible options. So Trump was the obvious pick. Okay? If you've got any bit of intelligence, you can see that is an obvious trap to get you ushered in toward a certain area, toward Trump. And everybody did because of 1,000 million reasons. All these good things he's doing now, and you can't take the good things away. You got to give them the props where they're due, and we do, and we will. But we're also going to call him out on the bad stuff, which is what the Trumpers refuse to do. They turn a cheek on all these major factors like this whole AI thing, the whole beast blockchain, all of it that we're going to tear into. They turn a cheek. Just look the other way, act like it's not happening. They're not hearing it. They're not seeing the tweets about it. It's ridiculous. And it's got to a point where I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. It's basically, I don't deal with fakes. It's basically fakes out here. To me, is what it is. Not willing to hold Trump accountable when he needs to be. That's garbage. You got to keep it honest. And if you're not keeping it honest. And I got a problem with that. So, we're going to get into all that here in a minute. But this whole thing with poultry sales, whole state of Georgia, you wonder how it's possible? I warned you. I'm warning you this stuff. So, egg prices catapult through the roof. Yep. Look at that. Through the roof to record highs and beyond. This is going to be kind of like gold. When gold is doing its thing, it's on a slow burn uphill all the time, constantly. It's got its ups and downs, but it's always heading uphill. And that's exactly what's happening here with the price of eggs. And I don't see it getting any better. Trump here, not, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I see some crazy, dramatic stuff happening under the name of emergencies from this point on. It's already begun. I warned you about it. Now we're there. Now we're in the window. We're there. He's already popping off EOs. We're under emergency order. Things are in motion. Again, I can't stress enough. He's dining with Gates at Mar-a-Lago. Some people, you've got to see this. And other things are just sitting there waiting to pop off, like the whole bird flu thing. It'd be a nightmare. I don't want to see it, but look, didn't want to see it last time, and it showed up on Trump's watch. And this time, he's not waiting till like toward the end of his presidency to do anything. He's just come out totalitarian, pushing the whole AI beast initiative, second day, third day, all this stuff, like boom. He's mixed it in. He's given all these great things to talk about, and then slid them out there as well. Like just take these and swallow this too. And all the yuppies that don't ask any questions, they'll just gobble it up, and they're not even understanding yet. Not until it's too late, I guess. I don't know. Try to warn about these things, of what's happening here. But all right, let's get to the fact that Trump went to Davos. I'm gonna speak a little bit on that right now, and then we'll finish up on that because some things just don't make sense. The world is a stage. I'm telling you. If you see it for what it is, it all makes sense. And we're gonna do just that. One thing that has been happening is people have been getting debanked. I don't know if it's happened to you or somebody you know. And thank you, Heidi, to the fullest. Much love. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know if you know somebody that's been debanked or politically attacked, targeted. But I know there's been a tactic that's been said. I've heard it so many times coming up that individuals would be registered as Democrats, which some of you are going to be like, what? Yeah, no, you got to listen to the tactic. Maybe you already know. Maybe you do it. Registered as a Democrat, but they go and they vote the other way. And thank you for the memberships, Heidi, and everyone that received them. Welcome to the underground. That way, it's screwing them up, and what they're thinking is going to happen, and they think all these registered Democrats are going to vote Democrat, but that's not the case. It ends up being a wave that goes the other way, which I get the tactic, and also I've heard people say that this protects them from being targeted. Now, I know this to be a fact, that people that are registered Republican to vote get attacked and get all these things that happen to them that Democrats don't have happen to them. So, debanking is kind of like where you're getting your bank account to shut down. They're just shutting it down. And you're like, what? Like, what? I got to pay my bills. I got to do this. And they're like, no, like, we're done doing business with you. We're shutting for no valid reason. Oftentimes it's political. But this is happening. Apparently, Bank of America, the same Bank of America that's been caught money laundering all this fentanyl Chinese money, they are claiming that they don't do this, but Trump kind of called them out on it. I'm not going to play the clip, but I'll double back to this whole Davos thing in the end here. And touch on a few things. This is important. We've got the BlackRock CEO wanting the SEC to rapidly approve the tokenization of everything. If you don't know what that means when you hear tokenization, this means your whole world is about to change. Straight up. It's all about to be digitized. Everything. Everything that you can think of. Every transaction, everything. More than what people can even wrap their head around is about to be affected by this. And living for Christ Jesus, thank you for the super chat. Much love. So this is the plan. If you don't know, this has been planned for a long time. And as I was saying on the last show, you should be educated enough to know that the Fed is not even a part of our federal government. Okay? It's its own private entity and corporation. Okay? That controls all the money in the Federal Reserve and everything, which is ultimately controlled by Rothschilds. This is where this whole scheme dates back to. And I've covered this many times as well. It's not hard to go do the research and get the knowledge on it. You can see that their whole plan was to create this banking cartel that funded the money to everywhere. and they funded both sides of every major world war and event that's ever happened in history to this day. So both sides of every major war, as I said, you can have Germany fighting Russia or this and that, but they're controlling the money flow in the both sides. So they're essentially controlling it all. And it continues. The world is a stage, man. At some point, you're going to have to figure this out. You're going to have to be like, man, it is a stage. It is. It's rigged. It's all, and it is. It's why they call them theaters of war and all this other stuff. But look, they're taking this into a new age, okay? A brand new age, digital age, where not just the money, but every single event that happens in a day that's logged anywhere on any computer will be locked in a block on the chain, and it will be hashed in stored where they can go back and access it at any time into the future, and they can look at every single little detail of everything. They can take a gas station, all of its transactions from that day, and lock it in a block simply. And then 10 years from there, they're in an investigation, and they think on this day that a murderer came through and got gas, and guess what? They can go through and they can look right into that block from that day, from that hour that they're looking for, crack it open and look, and if they find a match of anything, boom, they're busted. They can track you, everything, like everything that you're doing throughout the day, all your movement on your cell phone, through your cell phone company, all that data is going to be digitized, going to be locked in a block on the chain. This is why I've told you since 2017, this is the beast blockchain. And now Trumpy is rolling it out right in front of you in the United States. Okay? And don't get it twisted, because he dropped an EO banning a CBDC, but that's just a mind that's effery for the mind. That's just to appease the small-minded around him that will accept that. Will accept that he put it. Oh, what are you guys talking about? He's against the CBDC, and like, y'all crazy, and then they go stomping off the other way, failing to sit here and look at the whole beast AI everything that is rolled out right now. He just dropped his own damn coin. Like, because you're going to turn your cheek to all this? Well, like, that's pathetic. Because you're going to tear into every bit of it right now. They're going to tokenize absolutely everything. And it's all going to be on the beast blockchain. Do you understand? There's going to be one huge computer built somewhere, and I'm suspecting they're going to keep it secret. It's going to be the main brain. It's going to be the main brain. And what you're going to be hearing, and you already are, is that these new AI data center hubs are going to be built all over the place. Everywhere. Over the next 4 years, $500 billion going into this. These massive hubs. And they're going to make them have their own energy places right next to them, their own energy generation station right next to it. And this taps into the main title of Trump telegraphing lights out and grid down. And I'm going to show this here in a bit. This isn't good. We're right there. Like, it's right in front of your face. Like, I mean, come on. If you've been listening to me for any time, you can see, you know it. We're right there. Here, let me play this.
As a huge believer of crypto and blockchain and tokenization, I want the SEC to rapidly approve the tokenization of bonds and stocks.
You hear that? Bonds, stocks, everything. This is it's coming down. You have to understand that this is a tracking mechanism. It's like the evilest octopus you could ever imagine, with more tentacles that you could ever imagine, spread out, going down every avenue. You can't hide from it. Every single thing is stored on this. And I guess I did. Let me get an update. LB rules, man caves. Thank you for those coffees, if I missed them. Thank you, Daz, for sharing the stream. your privacy vanishes here, man. This is the big red flag, man. This is the big. Your privacy is gone here. You see? I think it was 2016, 2017. I was getting these visions. These visions God was showing me of all this, of the blockchain. Because we were tearing into crypto. We were like treating it like a college course. We were studying white papers. We were diving into it, learning everything. We were loading up, creating bots and in the back end of it. And we're doing so much crazy stuff, learning about it because we told ourselves that this is going to be the new money, the new way of the future. We want to know about it, know everything about it, and think you uncommon. He says Stargate data centers underway there in Texas. Yes. So crypto quickly exposed itself as being a technology that it could be used for great things, for transactions and storing data and doing all these great things. Problem is, it's got to be done by the right people. This is all about the right people. When you've got, it doesn't matter what the technology is. If you've got bad people in control, bad things are going to happen. Okay, and they're going to overlook doing the good things, helping humanity with all this technology. They're going to look to enslave them and, find us in a situation we're in now. That's what they're doing with blockchain. It can be utilized to do certain technical things, store data and things like that. But again, if you don't have fiat currency, especially, they're going to track everything you buy, and it's going to be just like China. They can flip a switch at any time and shut you down and stop you. Delete the money from your bank account. It gets scary at that point. And here, Ellison and all these goons are ushering this in with Trump. And everyone's just like, I don't know. I know some people see it, but a vast majority of the people out there, I think, don't understand what's happening. They're doing as they always do. They're just latching. Oh, Trent, did you see the executive order Trump signed? Like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. You see this other one he signed? Like, hell yeah. And they get caught up on, like, these things that were designed to make them do that. It's like throwing them a bone to chew on. It's exactly what it is. And they're like not even paying attention. They're seeing, they hear AI and it just bounces off of them or whatever. It's like they can't comprehend or they don't want to take the time to even do it or whatever. I don't even know. But like they're not doing it. They're not soaking up the knowledge. They're not seeing it because if they were and they had an honest bone in their body, they would be calling out like, hold up. Like, what's this? But no, too many people on the Trump train, just on it for enjoying the ride and pandering each other and all this other stuff. It's sickening, to be honest. None of them are calling anything out. So what Trump is pushing in the end is all this. You just wait. By March 10th, the Fed has the goal of tokenizing, of rolling out this tokenization program. Again, many just can't wrap their head around. And I feel like there's going to be some big events around this. There's going to be. You watch with the markets. Big shifts. We're seeing what I call the Trump pump at this point. And there's going to be a dump. There's always a dump behind a pump. Crypto rips. Why? Because he just signed over an executive order establishing a group on digital asset markets to strengthen U.S. leadership in digital finance. So this means that they're going to try to make us the kings of the world when it comes to this. And I could have told you that was always the goal because they created Bitcoin. The NSA did. It's without a shadow of a doubt. It's built on a hash that they created. So, at some point, people just going to have to realize, why do you think they allow you to invest in it, and it's all inside their system, and you, in your 401ks and all this other stuff, and the president's talking about it. If China created it, or any other person like this, there would be like any adversary, there would be no way they'd be talking this. But all this is beast. This doesn't matter if it's China or the United States. It doesn't matter the name. Do you understand? It doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all on the beast blockchain or ledger. Chew on that. And it is, because it all tracks back to it. And you know it. And even all these heads out here that are XRP heads and all this stuff, well, some of them got the kahunas to admit it. The whole reason they got into it is because of this moment. They knew that it was going to be used for this. Right? Right. That's why you made your investment and got rich off of it, knowing that it was going to be implemented on the beast system. That's pretty crazy. But, hey, whatever. Everybody makes their choices, and it's just the fact that certain people did this based on certain knowledge, and their actions is like, you could have chose any other project, any other thing that's blown up 1,000 times along the way. A lot of them, a lot more than what XRP's even really risen. I don't know. I don't get it. But that's how it's going to be done. They're going to use Tether. They're going to use XRP. And it's all in writing. It's all in the plans. And they're going to start sending back and forth. All this is going to go into motion full scale in March with the Fed. So the Fed, again, does not have to listen to our rules and our laws. They are beyond it. They are their own corporation, a separate entity that controls the whole dang game. And until people rise up and they check that, they stop that, ain't nothing ever going to change. They're just digitizing it. They're taking you into a new age. Trump just came out and told you, we've entered America's new golden age. Well, what do you think that golden age is? It's quite a few things, actually. To do it, you got to reset everything. I feel like something huge is about to happen. Matter of fact, he just said it was going to. And, I don't know what you're going to do to stop it. I've been trying. This dude right here has been trying to air it out and let everybody know since 2017 what all this is. I've tried to educate people, teach them along the way. But it's just not, we're not reaching millions, or the youth. They won't let it. Especially over here on YouTube, it's a big goose egg. They won't allow me to get this knowledge to the youth. They're afraid. Because this is the kryptonite, the truth. Yeah, getting it to the hands of the youth. Truth in the hands of the youth. The government goes poof. Yeah, well, we're in a crazy time because Trump just basically took advantage of this whole thing. He got rich off of this whole thing, and he continues. If you don't know, Donald Trump dropped a meme coin, crypto, like Bitcoin. He wants to sit here and write off an executive order about a CBDC. But he just dropped his own damn coin. And just made him billions. Just made him billions. I know Barron and all these others were involved in this. But they got so brazen, they went ahead and Barron made one for Mom called Melania. And they dropped it. And it's done nothing but dump out. That's all it's done. They dropped it and it's just dumped. The Trump coin, as you can see here, it's set to be sued. But to what end? And I got a little bit of a prediction. Because this is all they got to do. This is all they got to do. And you remember this, I'm going to be watching. Okay? People are complaining because they're saying, oh, it pumped and it dumped out and it's worth. A lot of people lost all this money. Well, like, hold up. Like, in comparison to a normal crypto pump and dump, it hasn't really. People are just pissed they lost money. People always lose money. How do you think people make money? They make money because they take money. They take someone else's freaking money. That's all this is. It's all it is, man. In any stock, how does someone make money? Because someone loses money. That's how. That's the honest. That's it. That's what it is. It didn't come from nowhere. Okay, so a lot of people left holding the bag on this that were like, oh, it was at $70 for like 10 minutes. And like, yeah, well, that's pretty like common. That's what happens is go over and look at these places when they drop a coin. What happens with them? Most of them, they pop a little bit. Right when they drop them, they'll pop just a little bit, and then it's a dump off. If they have any bit of integrity or honesty in them, they'll level out at some point. But damn, I'm telling you, Melania just went off a cliff, all the way down like $2-3, something stupid right now. That is probably the one that's going to get them in more trouble than anything. The Trump coin, though, I got a funny feeling it's going to do some crazy things, and Melania could follow it. They could do them at the same time, seeming that the same people's controlling both these coins. And what's going to happen if you sue Trump and all them, the team, and you get them in court finally? And I don't know when this will be, how long or quickly to take or whatever, but if you get them in there. And literally, like, the day before you got to go into court, all these guys got to do is pump the coin. Pump it up to a new high. To like $100 a coin, $100 Trump coin, like the day before. It hits it, and it's maintained there. And, like, they're going to roll into court. You know what the lawyers are going to say? Like, it's not our fault. They did not even hold their asset. They didn't even give it time. That's exactly what they're going to say. They didn't even give it time to mature or nothing. Like, this is the name of the game. Everything goes up and down, and they're going to win that battle. Do you understand? They're going to cover their own tracks by pumping it when they go into court. It's going to be elevated at a high. I'm telling you, as soon as they get home at night and they're eating dinner and they're cheersing, they hit the button, they're selling, this thing's coming down. Do you see how the game works? Now, if you have that knowledge that I just gave you, and you're someone that can short the game, is setting shorts, you can get rich, right? Screw all the dumb crap anymore. Like, that's how you do it, okay? When these things, everything comes down. Everyone's out there trying to invest in something that gains, right? That gains. That's gaining, and that's how you make money. That's how you've been taught. What you haven't been taught is that you can make money the other way. It's called shorting. And when you do this, everything comes down. This is how men get rich every day. Some get scandalous with it. They'll buy a whole company and invest in it and go out and buy all these stocks, and they'll short it, right? And they'll go in and they'll tear down the company, and they'll bring it down. And it's all racket, but it works for them. They do it. They tear it down. The company gets depleted, may go bankrupt and all this, but in the stock market, they shorted it all the way down. They cash out, and they're rich. So, I would short Trump coin. I told you the last time a guy made $2 million just from like $67 down to 55, shorting it. I don't know how much he put on it, but he said if I hit 55, I'll make a couple mil. And it's well past that. It dropped down like 30 some dollars. It was like 32, 33, somewhere. I see it pumping again. They're not just going to let it flat out. It's going to pump, and I would watch it. I'm giving you tactics. I'm giving you some jewels. One to watch. If you're a shorter in the game, and you're out there and you want to drop a short on this, you're looking for ways to make money right now and save your ass, save your families and all this other stuff, man. When certain things arise, I've tried to give you as many ways as possible throughout the years, especially with gold and silver going again all the way back to 2017. And I've warned you about the trap with crypto. It's been the whole thing with it is a lot of people do it. They get into it, this and that. They'll make a bunch of money, and then they won't face the tax consequences, which is the trap of it. Now, my theory is that you want to play hardball, then let's play hardball. Failure's not an option. All right, then we're going to formulate a plan. Then, knowing that these fools are going to want half your stack, let's just be honest about it. They're going to want like almost half your stack. So let's aim for 2 million. Give them $1 million. You got your $1 million, and that's got to be the game plan. Shoot for 2, you're a millionaire. Okay? Let's just put it that way. And they're paid, they're happy, they're off your back, it's done. You don't have to worry about nothing. You see, that is the tactical game plan. But too many people, like there was a Coinbase card back in the day, 2017, it allowed people to spend their money on all this other stuff, their crypto, buy everyday stuff. And I know some people were tearing that up and not facing any of the consequences on it. But look, if this market is going to come down, and things are going to come down, you should find opportunities to support you and your family. If I see windows, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you now, I know people that have made a killing in this game. I just don't talk a whole lot on it because of, again, I think that more people need educated on the evils of it than me trying to spend all this time. I don't know. I feel like that was most important. When I was shown that you are not going to be able to hide your money no more, son. The visions I was having, looked over, it's like, you're not going to be able to do nothing. You're not going to be able to hide your money, bury it into the ground. You're not going to be able to hide it in your safe. You're not going to be able to put it under your mattress. Because it's not going to exist like that. And these were hanging with me heavy. Even driving, leaving, going down the highway, I was still having, hit me hard. It just kept telling me, look, dude, something's coming. And you need to warn others that, this is the trap. If they get you in the system, it's over. This is it. This is it. This is the end game trap. And I'm just like, no, the whole time, no. And they just kept hammering it away on me. And I'm just like, dude, all right, I get it. I'll tell everybody. And that's what I've done. Okay? So I've gone out of my way all this time to warn everybody of the dangers of all this. But it's time to see the silver lining in it. If you, on any of this, stocks, crypto, any of it, if you are in a position to short, I'm telling you now, it could be the last time, the last chance you've got for a ticket out. I'm telling you. Every day things fall. Arma, thank you for the coffee. Do you understand that? It's not every day. It's not every day that things pump or things take up, but every day things falling. Every day things are declining. And if you're someone that can learn patterns and things like that, look, it's to be had out there is all I'm going to say. Right now, see how this is up here? Imagine you could set a short up there and ride this whole thing down 10, 20x, 30x. The money to be made is ridiculous. And that's how people get rich. That's how they become millionaires, doing things like this. And that's a gimme. Anything, look how long, it didn't last long. Anything that pumps up. Most people right now, they're like, oh, Trump just pumped the hit $100. And you run over there and you're looking and it's like it's topping out. You're like, oh, you missed it. I'm telling you, 90% of the crowd are turning around. They're going to walk away like, I missed it. Kicking rocks, missed that one. You know, they're waiting to find it on a low, like now, get in, waiting for that moment, okay? And that takes a long time. But if it runs to the top always lasts just a short period of time. If you're a shorter in the game, you can catch the top. Especially this, when it goes up and hits and it pulls back and it goes up, it hits a second time and it can't break through, it's coming down. That's the name of the game. It's easy, man. It's easy peasy. I'm telling you. I know people that do it and have done it, and I'm giving you one right here. Trump's gonna pump at some point. Keep an eye on it. When you hear it hits $100, you better be on deck to short that son of a gun. And I gave you one. And then I'd go buy gold. Then I'd put it in the king, the real king of kings, when it comes to money. Gold, just going to keep on trucking. I've said it a million times. I have to say it again. John, thank you for the coffees. Strong rains coming, mudslides. Oh, man. Another round of disasters coming to Southern Cali, he's saying. Heavy rains and everything after everything got hit by the fires. Yeah, this is a weapon, and I'm gonna play some clips again from Trump. I've got, dude, this guy is saying some things that like are pretty crazy. Let me finish up these financials here real quick. Let me get to this. The U.S. government says a federal judge is saying that the backdoor FISA searches that have been happening are unconstitutional. So let that one stick. You know, that rolling, that it's all unconstitutional. They can quit these backdoor searches, but none of that's going to matter in the age of AI. It's going to be watching everything. As Ellison said in that clip, cops are going to have to be on their best behavior. The people are going to have to be on their best behavior because cameras are going to be watching them in real time. If you do anything, it's going to alert the chief. It's going to alert somebody. The AI is going to be snitching everyone out. Everywhere. On everything. Absolutely everything. This is scary. We've talked about 1984 and Orwell and all this stuff before, but no. Like, this is it. And it's Mr. Warp Speed bringing it to you. I can't stress it enough. This is it. This is the incorporation of the system. But I'm looking here like, man, this place has got to get reset then. Like, everything's got to get tore down. The grid, like everything. If they're going to reset it, which they're ready for. He's given me all the signs that it's about to happen. On his watch, just as the Lord showed me. All right, Washington State seeking to legalize homeless encampments. This has sparked a little debate, but you know, you gotta have some kind of plan here, and not just say F them, like get out of here. So, long as there's nothing else nefarious attached to these plans, there should be. It should not be illegal for people to try to survive and live somewhere. So, you know, hopefully this turns out to be a good thing. In some capacity, we've got homeless that need help. Period. I'm not just talking to someone that's just lazy or when they get out there, it's on drugs or this and that. No, I'm talking like vets that are wounded, that did their service. Other people that just have issues, that are good people, that are just homeless because of what just happened to this whole economy and jobs getting wiped out. It sucks, man. Again, we don't have any righteous billionaires, you know, or righteous Elon or anything like that. It's like it don't exist. If we had just one, we could contend with these pieces of work. But all these guys masquerade to be the one, and they're not. You know it. and you know it. Sounds kind of familiar, huh? Maybe that's why everyone's out here saying that, Elon and Trump is the AC and the false prophet. I mean, it's all you hear at this point. Because people are like in awe at what's happening. Like, hold on. Like, at this level, that's what I keep hearing come from people's mouths. They can't figure out which one's which, but it's like they can see. One thing's for sure. People are seeing the level of evil coming out of this area so high and so grand. They're like, what can compare? What can compare? Like, you got me over here kind of like, I can't really argue with you. And that's scary. These men aren't stopping world hunger and doing anything else. They're going along with the charade. Some of us are smart enough to see it. And it's a problem. It's one of the biggest problems right now. You're about to watch a lot of your people get led to the slaughter in a ruse. And what I mean by that is not just necessarily all just lined up and executed, but onto the beast system. Everything I ever want you about. Anyone that believes in the Lord, any of you in the chat that says anything about Jesus or Yeshua or anything, like, you're just not a true believer if, like, you don't know, if you're not going to face the truth of the beast system, the mark, all of it. You know it's there. It's everything we've ever talked about. So anyone that dares try to turn a cheek right now, you better know in your soul what you're doing. You're already submitting to the beast. That would be a sure sign that you would take it. You go right onto the system, which just goes against everything that you ever said that you believed in. So some people, this is a defining moment. I told you, more tests were going to come, purebloods. And again, wait till the real event happens. Real bird flu gets something that's deadly, dropping bodies actually, because we didn't go through it last time. Weren't piled up bodies. Imagine that happens. Oh man. The possibilities here are crazy. Again, with Gates meeting up with Mr. Warp Speed, Mar-a-Lago, having dinner and having a great talk. I ain't liking this. And this affects my life, our future, everything. So like, people should care. Like, shit. All right. Again, I ain't even there yet. But it's so prominent in the discussion that, you can't hide it. Trump all over the place with everything. He's even commented on this. But we have new fires that have popped up in California. I just want to keep track of this. This one now, this huge fire, over 10,000 acres. This is north of LA. This would fall right there in the area where this corridor is that they want, that I pointed out before. And this is like this snatching up any chunks of land that they missed with the other fire. It's what it looks like. It's like burning out this whole corridor and sector to take it. It's ridiculous. So we've got a lot of people out there calling for a recall effort to remove Newsom. This would be huge if they could do it, because you got to know the history of California and who's been in control of it, and look back at his granddaddy, all these deals, all this stuff. The Newsom name, and the big top 5 families controlling California for years and years and years. Who would they replace him with? I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like they've been facing these issues for a long time. It's not getting any better. So, hey, thank you for those coffees and stay blessed, God. God's disciple. appreciate it to the fullest. All right, so Trump is signaling that he's going to withhold federal aid to to California over these water policies, basically saying that the water policies are stupid, that they're sending fresh water back out into the ocean at many times, which they are, which is the craziest stuff you've ever freaking heard of. We've got the technology to turn salt water into fresh water. So, like, man, and again, if we had a good billionaire out there, he would be doing this. He'd be building desalination plants all down the coastline. Every city would have just all the fresh water, free fresh water, clean fresh water that you could handle. And you could pipe it in to like Vegas and to the desert, turn it into a freaking oasis. You could do some crazy, amazing things. Just if one simple, good person was to get in there. But you will never see these things because the beast has a plan, this whole system. You're talking about Jetsons vehicles that are hovering and floating around, taking off everything that you always wished you'd see in this life. That's going to be in the beast system. It's the carrot on stick. Huh? Wild times. We're right there. Oh, it's just day by day at this point when this dude's ripping off EOs and commands. They've never given the president more power than they have Trump this time. And he's flexing. And in some ways, it's good here. So we'll look at how he's wiping out these DEI jobs en masse across the board. And all the stuff that was implemented. And I think it's treasonous that they're allowed to go into your schools and teach behind your back, your kids, their way of thinking, their ideologies, or these criminal things that they shouldn't be doing. Well, that's all coming to an end. And some updates on Obama and Big Mike. Apparently, like Meghan McCain, she's saying from reputable sources, they're confirming that these rumors about them getting a divorce are true. So there's more to it there that it's true. And then here's one. Kamala, they're saying, is blaming her dead weight husband, Emhoff, for the crushing election loss. So this is what all kinds of friends and family are saying, that he just accepted this job at a law firm and was spotted going into checking out this luxury apartment. And not with her and all this other stuff. So this would be pretty crazy to see two big Dem side power couples, so to speak, dissolve. And it wouldn't be the first. But to dissolve after, I feel, they get thrown some losses. You could say the same thing for Gates, catching all that flack. He had Melinda leave him and all this stuff because the heat was on him. And it should still be. That's what just blows me away. But no, he's dining with Trump down in Mar-a-Lago. I'm not going to be able to ever get over that. Never, ever. He should have been arrested, just like Hillary should have been. And I don't care what none of you say. And that's what should have been. And the dude's a flip-flopper and two-faced and everything else, and I don't trust none of it. Of course he's going to throw all the small-minded people a bunch of bones out here. Of course he's going to do some positive things. He has to. They have to hold up the facade. The whole thing here. And that's all it takes. Sadly, that's all it takes, is to throw a few bones out there for them to chew on. And they'll look right past the beast system. This is scary. Scary. Just a couple of false events put into motion. And it's like total clampdown here. Anyhow, I feel like you gotta like relish in some of this stuff out there. I feel like They're defeated. We defeated them in that sense. You break up Big Mike and Obama. I mean, that's it's like you do away with it forever. Like, it's gone. Get away to the history books. I can't remember a president in memory that divorced his wife. That he was with throughout the presidency. I don't think Reagan did. I don't think Carter did. I think either the Bushes did. They were both with their wives. Obviously Trump has been with Melania this whole time. Yeah, I don't. Obama. The Obama thing would be a first if that's the case for presidential stuff. Of course, Hillary's still with Bill, right? I mean, God. This whole thing's a sham. Again, she was front row as Trump was getting sworn in, inaugurated, or giving his little speech, like right there. Like, it's just like, dude, are you kidding me? And there's criminal Bush giving these stupid faces, also sitting there front row and center. Like, you're gonna declassify everything, Trump. Why don't you declassify everything on Blind 11? And the criminal's sitting right there behind you. But it didn't happen. You want to keep talking truths? Huh? Some flat out truths? Huh? How come that didn't happen? You had him right there. Any righteous dude would have did a gangster right there, just like that. He started calling out names. He had them all sitting there with just like Hillary with all the pearls hanging, showing, hair all did up and this and that. Well, guess what? Hillary Clinton, step up. You've been nominated for an award. She steps up there and slaps some cuffs on that ass. That's right. You get prosecuted for the war crimes, the criminal cartel. But nope, you just giving him a pass. Got him front stage. It's pathetic. Pathetic. Got Mr. Blind 11 right there, dining with Mr. Gates. You kidding me? Like, this pisses me off. So I see right through all this musical chairs and what they've done with this all-star team. Just make all the people happy. Give them faces that they'll like. Give them people that they'll accept. Oh, they liked, just poll them. Just poll them. Use the AI. Use the AI. Just poll them. See what the people really like, who they like, and let's get them. And just build this all-star team. And that's what they did. And what they've done. Okay, so Senate confirms John Ratcliffe as Trump's CIA director. Not much talk about this. Never really ever is. They always let this one kind of slide right on by, just like this time. Not a lot of talk around it. This is him. This is the new guy running the CIA. You know, the place that Trump should be dismantling through and through, like gutting, all this other stuff, just like Kennedy said, to finish it, to end it. But no. It pushes on. You can say they're in there firing all these people and doing this and that, but come on, man. We'll see. I'll give some of these cats a chance, though. I don't rule out that somebody hasn't got them in them. JFK proved to me that you can be born into the Illuminati, into the bloodline, silver spoon, golden spoon in your mouth, and still have it in you to do the right thing. Still have it in you to go to war with the beast. And I salute him for that. And say F him. People deserve the truth, and that's what it was about. It's about what he would relay, him or Marilyn Monroe, whoever, would relay to the masses. And they were silenced. And what they would do, his power, right? Dismantle the CIA. Well, Trump also yanks a bunch of security clearance from a lot of people. And this is kind of, I feel like this is a jab back for all the security issues he was going through here this year. Because it was really bad. Even though we know some of this crap was definitely staged. But John Brennan, loses his security clearance. Kind of butthurt and upset, saying he only used it to do government work and that blah, blah, blah. Well, you're not part of the government anymore. Like, so get out of here. He revokes former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's security detail. Despite threats from whatever, like, I don't care. Get him out of here. Terminates Fauci's security detail. All these people just wipe the security detail out. And I'm like, hold on, dude. How are you going to even play this game? I mean, it's like obvious. Like, how are you going to try to attack Fauci? Act like you don't like him, take shot, and everyone trying to pin all this crap on him still. He's like the fall guy. But then be dining with Gates. It's just... I'm just... Nothing else matters. It's all a show at this point. Okay? You see where I'm at? I've been here for a long time. Okay, so every time I circle back around, it's just a confirmation. Every time. It's every single time this happens. I've done it so many times. Confirmations just pounded it home for me. Same old song and dance, but I'm going to play this clip here real quick of Trump kind of explaining the security detail. And he's got some valid points, though. And he sounds like he's being pretty prickish about it to him. But he's just saying that, yeah, like, look, you've got money. You made a lot of good money here. Get your own security detail. You can afford it. Go get it. That's pretty much what he's saying.
You know, you work for government. We took some off other people, too. But you can't have a security detail for the rest of your life because you worked for government.
Ask for it to be taken off, sir?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Would you feel partially responsible if something were to happen to, say, Dr. Fauci
No.
or John Bolton?
No. You know, they all made a lot of money. They can hire their own security, too. All the people you're talking about, they can go out. I can give them some good numbers of very good security people. They can hire their own security. They all made a lot of money. Fauci made a lot of money. They all did. So if they, you know, felt that strongly, I think that certainly I would not take responsibility.
Again, my counter to all this is your dinner dining with Gates, and he's not locked up. You'd have made bigger headlines arresting Bill Gates and be more... You'd be like, you know, you'd actually be doing legendary stuff. You'd actually be, you know, fighting that fight, but it's not happening, right? Oh, yeah, I know. I don't know what your name is there, Native or Beauty, but, yeah, you know, you're right. I know all about it. Yeah, we've talked about it. We've laid it all out there. Trump. I feel like this is deja vu. He said this and did this last time. He declassified the JFK stuff, but when he didn't do it all. And it's like, okay, well, what stopped him? What part stopped him from doing this last time? What part? What part was too much? What was the bombshell part where he just couldn't do it last time? The stuff that he just could not release. Because now he's saying it's all being released. Everything is going to be revealed. I mean, everything is everything. Which I'm not buying it.
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades. And everything will be revealed. Okay? Give that to...
Everything will be revealed, right? Seems to me they've only had decades to handcraft what they want you to think happened at this point. Yeah. That's just how I feel about it. Like, Maybe it's time to go over here to my feed. Let me see here. Here, I'll play one more clip right here.
It's the right move to declassify those documents?
I think it's a great move because we need to have more transparency in our government, and he's keeping his promise to have the government tell the truth to the American people about everything.
However, JFK's grandson, Jack Schlossberg, criticized the president's move on social media, posting, quote, "Declassification is using JFK as a political prop when he's not here to punch back, and there's nothing heroic about it."
Yeah, and that was another family member right there. So it just shows you that Robert Kennedy is on board there with that. And let me pull up the main feed here. Oh, yeah, we'll just start right here at the top. I'm just going to start going down and to show you. If you don't know, okay, I told you you should be studied up on Rothschilds, okay? Klaus Schwab's mom is Rothschild. He is a Rothschild. If it would have been the other way around and Fred Schwab would have been the Rothschild, then he would carry that name. But he don't, so it's not recognized like that. Okay? But he is the blood of the Rothschild. Okay? And this is another man that should be being called out for his atrocities. He should be getting arrested, and it would be legendary. But it's not happening.
Well, we've loved it. We think it's a great country, a beautiful country, and we have had a tremendous success.
Yeah, great success.
And this gentleman, as you know, he's done a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more question.
He's done a great job. That's how he feels about Klaus Schwab. He just does a great job. Look here. This letter right here, as it says on this post, you don't even need to see the JFK files to understand who killed JFK. This one letter from Rumsfeld to RFK says it all. Did you know that? Did you know? Did you know that Mr. Trillions of dollars are missing the day before Blind 11 Rumsfeld? That Donald Rumsfeld. It was tied into this going all the way back then. You wonder why they were reused and regurgitated, just like Fauci, for decades, all the way up. It's how all of them, it's how it's all done. They regurgitated Biden and used him. How they're regurgitating Trump and using him. It's all it is. Okay, but well, look. Let's take a look at this. This is from Rumsfeld, July 15th, 1963. It says, "Dear Mr. Kennedy, several thoughtful and valued constituents have expressed their concern to me over a report on the June 28th issue of the Chicago edition of the Wall Street Journal, which it indicates that the determination by the Justice Department of the question of," and this is the highlighted part, "the registration of the American Zionist Council as an agent of Israel and their government will depend upon the risk of offending Jewish opinion in the United States." So, we get to this, all right, here we are. Trump has been making some crazy statements. Here he is with another one. He admits on live TV that something hit the area. Okay? And people get free to speculate whatever, but way too many people looking at this like, hold on. The way he said it, everything he said, hold up. If you missed it, well, check this out.
The biggest in the history of California. I think, has anything bigger than that happened in the whole country ever? It looks like, I don't want to say what it looks like, but you know what I'm going to say. It looks like something hit it. And we won't talk about what hit it, but it is a bad, bad situation.
We won't talk about what hit it. Hold on. Someone's like, well, maybe he was talking about it looks like a nuke hit it. Well, like, no. Listen what he just said. He said, we won't talk about what hit it. A nuke didn't hit it. Something hit it. He said, we won't talk about it. About what hit it. So he just clarified something did hit it. A weapon. Do you understand? Full-blown weaponry. Comments like this just seal the deal. Oh yeah, Kev Barn, thank you for the comment in the super chat. They're club members for sure. Yeah, Bloomberg, Bezos, Gates, yeah, all of them. All part of the club, obviously, and that's why I'm trying to get some of these people that are hung up maybe on Trump to see. You need to see the truth of all of it. Just because they're pitching out he's done these good things. Well, come on, that's all it takes to win you over. That's easy. Like, you're dealing with evil criminal people here. They'll throw you 24 bones to chew on if that's what it takes. All right, you got to be smarter than that. Some of us have been at this a long time. We don't see through this. And you can either listen to the wise or you can get wrecked. Yeah, out of all the things that I've seen done, I haven't seen Trump drop the Epstein list. Sure ain't heard a word of it. Ain't heard a word of it. That and Blind 11, again. I'll never forget when Trump was called out about the dancing Israelis, about the Israelis that were monitoring there on Blind 11. He tried to flip the script and say that they were Muslims or something, and this and that, and it was garbage. You ever heard Trump explain where he was at on Blind 11 and how he watched it? Yeah, the same patriots and truthers who saw straight through Blind 11, the COVID psyop, all of it. They're now cheering on Donald Trump's latest endorsements of fast-tracking the beast system, AI. And that's exactly what's going on. It's ridiculously insane. Yeah, well, it was better than Kamala. Like, dude, like, your small mind is like, why we're being defeated. And I'm trying to wake you up, all right, so we can turn that tide. You know, because your enemy is out here doing stuff like this.
Children, 3-year-old boys, 5, 6, 7-year-old girls who are being raped 10 to 15 times a day for many years. And after decline, decline doesn't want them anymore because they're not fresh anymore. They jump into the second business in the black market of organs traffic. They open them and sell their parts. And I was in shock.
Gotcha.
I was in shock. Children.
Yeah, that's what you're dealing with. If anybody really cares. Most people can't handle that. They'll turn cheek to it real quick. Okay, so let me get to Donald Trump telegraphing that the grid is going to get taken out. And Lakeville, thank you for the memberships and welcome to the underground, everyone that just got them. This is huge, man. Look, if you have been following me, you know that for many years, even up to this past year, for crying out loud, we made a song about it, me and Crown Jewels. When the grid goes down, you better be ready. I've done everything that I could think of to try to get it through to people that this is going to happen. Whether it's a cyber attack, it's an EMP, a combination, whatever it's going to be, it's going to happen. And you better be ready. Okay? So, to see Donald Trump telegraph it right now, the way that he's doing it, I'm gonna play this and then we're gonna discuss some of this. And let me say this: he's talking about these AI plants. Where I picked this up at, he's talking about the AI plants, all these new ones that they're about to build all across the country. What are they gonna do? They're gonna be building their own power plants right next door to them. Does it seem kind of odd? Even they thought it was odd. Okay? I'm going to tell you this beforehand. They thought it was odd. He even says it. They're like, you got to be kidding. He's like, no. You got to build your own power plant place right next to it because this grid can be taken out. He says it and says the words taken out. Okay? Very clearly. He says it. And you're telling me you've got every single one of these plants building a little power plant right next to them? Like, are you kidding me? And he goes on to say they can use whatever power they want. You know, it's like, what? Like, whatever they want, huh? How about some ether power, some 0-point energy power? You don't even push that, are you? He finishes up like they could even have coal as a backup, whatever they need. So,
I want you to do is build your electric generating plant right next to your plant as a separate building connected. And they said, wow, you're kidding. And I said, no, I'm not kidding. You don't have to hook into the grid, which is old and, could be taken out. If it's taken out, they wouldn't have any way to get any electricity. So we are going to allow them to go on a very rapid basis to build their plant, build the electric generating plant. They can fuel it with anything they want, and they may have coal as a backup.
They're going to allow them to move along at a very rapid pace because something's coming imminently. And what are they doing? Oh, they're allowing them to just build their own power plant right freaking next door to all the places. Why? That's unprecedented. Unprecedented. Why? So they can maintain power while the rest of us are in the dark. He just told you. There's no guessing. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a question. He just flat out told you the reason. It's coming. And they're going to be ready. Just like Cheyenne Mountain and everything else that they're ready for. They're going to be fully ready. And they're making sure that these brand new hubs that they're building, loaded with AI, their brains, their brainchilds, okay? Demonic AI. It's going to be housed in these places. And they're going to make sure it doesn't go down. Do you see? This, in turn, will keep things running for them. Certain sectors of their choosing. The other ones will be shut down by their choosing. Just simply the ones they don't want to save. Dude, this is crazy. The technological clampdown that is in the process of happening right now, and the people don't even see it. Like a reset event is about to happen any moment. On his watch, for sure. Okay? I don't have a crystal ball, as I say, but I can tell you now, this is going to happen while this man's in charge, while he's in there. And he knows it. He's not perfect. And him, just like Elon, they say things sometimes that give it away. Elon said that they're trying to summons the demon. He flat out said it. Same dude dresses up in a suit with a Baphomet suit with an upside down cross and everything else on it. And you want to tell me that this dude, isn't evil? Same dude wants to put a chip in your brain and mix iron with clay, out of your body. out of your Bible. And, they're going to control this through a whole global apparatus, through Starlink. Do you see? They're going to track everything. Do all this. They're going to see everything. Cameras are already everywhere. This is why Ellison said everyone will have to be on their best behavior. Look, man, that is a critical one for me. Okay, that Trump just telegraphed the grid getting taken out. The one I showed you right before that about him saying that it's getting hit. Where do these comments come from? When he's not reading off teleprompter, when it's just coming free flowing off of his brain, and that's where you're gonna get it. Your only chance is to get any of it. Yeah, so see here. Okay, yeah, I don't have the Ellison. I think I do I? No, I don't have the Ellison clip up here. I thought that I did. Where it went. If I come across the Ellison interviews, I'll make sure to share them. I don't. Thought I had it there in the feed. All right. Keep it going here. Secret Service Director Sean Curran. They're saying he's cleaned house. 10 senior officials being pushed out. Trump going to sign an executive order to overhaul or eliminate FEMA. All right, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. We all know all of the horrendous things we've talked about over the years connected back to this alphabet gang. But in the end, when you think about it, if you're just going to do away with it, then like, who's going to be responsible for everything emergency in the emergency management? Then there has to be someone. So you have to create something new. Or are you just changing the name of it? Like, what is really about to happen here? You can't just do away with it, even though he said that he would. He could just do away with FEMA. But you would still have to replace it with something. Something, to that degree. Or they're just not going to have anything. Do you see that being possible? They would just, I don't know. This guy's really flip-floppy. Trump will say whatever to do whatever and then can turn around, like I said, Hillary for prison, and then not do it. We've got Speaker Johnson saying that they're going to investigate the Biden crime family for these pardons, and I think they should. But it's just smoke, if you ask me. It's blowing smoke. They're not going to, just like I said, Hillary is not in jail or in prison. I just don't feel anything's going to come of this. There's a line. Like, they'll throw Diddy under the bus and other guys, Weinsteins, pull the cards. But, like, the upper level political cats here, they won't touch.
Here's Speaker Mike Johnson addressing that concern. Listen to this.
President Biden did on the way out, pardoning his family for more than a decade of whatever activity, any nonviolent offenses. It was breathtaking to us. I don't think that's anything like that's ever been anticipated. And by the way, go look at the tape, 4 years ago, when it was just implied that President Trump might do something similar. They were apoplectic. Joe Biden himself, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, Roll the tape. They all said that would be crazy and unconscionable, and now they're cheering it along. To us, it is disgusting. To us, it probably proves the point, the suspicion that, they call it the Biden crime family. If they weren't the crime family, why do they need pardons, right? Look, there's a lot of attention that's going to be paid to this, and I think that is appropriate, and we will be looking at it as well.
And if they're not the crime family, why do they need pardons all the way back to the 1st of January 2014, 11 years ago? Well, that's because that's when the money really started to flow. Now, I'm glad that Speaker Johnson is saying Congress will investigate the Biden crime family, because there's no reason to pardon innocent people from what I remember growing up.
Hey, I've said it before. Same thing. I think most people see it. You getting pardoned for something like that, then you've definitely, like he just said, he called it the Biden crime family. He normally would not do that. He definitely wasn't doing that when Biden was his president and Johnson was in there. He wasn't doing none of that. It's a whole different tone now coming from him. All right, here you go. All you guys saying that, Trump's the last president. Well, this is crazy. House Republican Andy Ogle proposes a constitutional amendment to allow Trump a third term in office. Yeah. What happens here now? And what happens if it gets pushed through and it all goes down? And he runs again. Trying to say that he deserves a run of 8 consistent years. And all this other stuff to be able to get so much more done, and it'd only help the economy and the country and all this other stuff. But yeah, right there, could get shot down. I don't think he personally wants to do it again after this. At least he says he doesn't. He's done said that, but he flip-flops on stuff. He says no, after this he's done. This is it. This is his run. He's getting old, man. You can see it this time. You can see it way more than you could last time. Yeah, he's getting old, man. It was just the fact that I guess, Biden was so bad off and old and obvious. But you can see it in Trump. He looks wore out, man. No one lives forever. But you best believe that they would try to get everything they could out of this. Everything they put into it, all this. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've seen crazier stuff, I guess. And this is pretty crazy. Davos trying to admit that they lost to Trump. And this is why I just showed you. Trump was shaking Klaus Schwab's hand, saying he did a great job, he's a good man, this and that. They're all part of the club. So, for them to be saying these things.
And it's a strong, sovereign nation. In addition, I'm pleased to report that America is also a free nation once again. On day one, I signed an executive order to stop all government censorship. No longer will our government label the speech of our own citizens as misinformation or disinformation, which are the favorite words of censors and those who wish to stop the free exchange of ideas. And it's a strong...
You can also tell when he's reading off the teleprompter because it sounds like it. But, look, again, he should have done it like Saddam Hussein style. You got all these people that are criminals in the room. You should have been calling them out by name and having them taking drug out of there. Ain't nobody got that kind of gangster in them anymore. Yeah. he controls the whole show. They're admitting they lost to him, so it's just, I don't know. These people that he should be calling to have arrested, Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, I'm never going to get over that. Never going to get over it. Just like I never got over Hillary for prison, and never happened. Like I'm not going to get over any of it. It's just a show. It's a sham. And I'm here to show you that. That's what my job is to do. Not to sit here and just make you feel good and all this other crap. Yeah, I want people to have a good life and all this. But first and foremost, you need to figure this stuff out. You need to figure out how this world really operates. Or just go along with the puppet show. Some people prefer to just go along blindly because it's less stress and they can handle all this stuff. Well, that's on them. You want to live blind? Live blind. That's your choice. We all have to make our choices. I, for one, want to have this figured out to the best ability that we can and warn others so they can fight the fight against the beast. Knowledge is power. You have to know your enemy. They'll have you completely confused. And they'll have a whole sea of people wearing red hats following a Gentile Messiah. And they won't even know what they are. Until hopefully one day they look in the mirror and they wake up and they're like, oh crap. What do they fall for? Well, how did I, well, it started off with just easily trying to convince everybody that you had to choose this guy because he was running against Kamala or Biden or whatever. They stacked him. It's easy, man. It's really scary. You know, we see it for what it is, but sadly, a bunch of the people that get played, they don't see it. Only thing I can equate it to is they're just not intelligent enough to see it, and they're getting used on it. Here's Mr. Tariff, slap him with the tariff. We're going to do away with the IRS, and we're going to do away with all this other crap, and we're going to put the ERS in, it's all going to be tariffs. Well, now he's changing his tune, and even the gold bug is calling him out like, oh no, why not? Like, you talked all this crap and actually had valid points, but now you're not going to do it. And he's like, well, may not do tariffs on China. It's like, hold on, man. Like, he's all like, Xi Jinping's such a good guy. He invited him to the inauguration. And I'm just like, dude, like, I don't know how much more of this shit crap I can take. China's all through this country. They're embedded everywhere. Over 1 million migrants here are Chinese hidden. Probably on the land right next to our military bases, and he ain't said a word about that. He ain't signed an EO on that. I ain't seen or heard a word about these strike teams and Homans pushing, going anywhere to those places, not even mentioned. And that's a setup. Remember, Christopher Wray just walked out the door, told you that China is embedded into everything in this country. Trump ain't said a single freaking word about it. Sleight of hand with the black magic. You're dealing with wizards, warlocks, the grand scale that you can't even imagine. In my opinion, high satanic energy flaunted in front of the whole world on the stage. When I sat there and I watched that video clip of I wish I had it up here again. It was the church thing where the woke church lady was sitting there saying stuff and pissed them all off. She was like, I hope you take it easy on people. Well, you could see, I could just looking at the whole family's faces and their demeanors and how they were sitting there. Even Melania, just The stairs, Don Jr. in the back, they're all their faces. Ivanka's, all of them. They just, I just seen seething Luciferian energy. The best way that I can put it. This is the best way that I can put it. If you don't know what they're doing globally, they're breaking it down between BRICS and the United States, and ultimately they want us to be a union. They've also hinted at this. They've telegraphed this as well. I try to make it clear so you can see they don't have to do away with Canada as a country or the United States. What they do is they make an economic pact, just like the European Union. They're all the same countries, right? Do you get it now? They're all still got their independence as a country, but they're all part of the bigger union. And it's exactly what they're trying to do here and going to do. And they're going to do it in the name of security and maybe even world war. Okay? I don't know if Mexico falls. It seems like they're drawing the line at our southern border. It's been the target spot the whole time, and it's now a war front. Okay? It's now a war front. Canada is looking to fold in with the United States economically. We're seeing it. It's being confirmed all over the place. They want this pact. It's an economic type and a military type of pact from here on out into the future. Where they won't get attacked via tariffs or anything like that. Like, they're a part of everything that we do. Like, economically, we move as a unit. Militarily, you could basically dissolve the border. It's what they were saying, all this. And this it shows right here in this image. One always thought that Mexico would be in on this. But that just may not be the case, man. That was just assumed. It looks like they're drawing the line at our border. In terms of North American Union. Because Mexico is on its own tip right now. They're like rejecting some stuff here. Let me say this here. Trump halts all the funding for military aid to Ukraine for 90 days. And I think that this is like a gesture to Russia to say, hey, look, this is it. This is a window of opportunity. Stop this ridiculous war is what Trump's saying. This also paints him as this man of peace. False. Man of peace. Do you understand? This is getting crazy. But this is how it is. It's where they're taking it. They create these things, these events. They control them, all of them. And they've set the stage and all this stuff where Trump has already made peace with Israel in one of their war fronts. And then we hear Netanyahu running his mouth like, well, he told me it was only temporary. So that means it's false. That means it's a false peace. And we already see where this is going. He's trying to do the same thing here. If he can end this and then go back and maybe end another one on another front, like, he will carry that with him, that he was the one to be able to do it. No one else could do it. Took him. The Gentile Messiah. Oh my gosh, dude, we living in the crazy times, dude. This is it. Putin ready to meet, obviously, with Trump here. So I think that this is going to happen. Putin going on to say that if the election wasn't stolen from Trump in 2020, that the Ukraine war would have never happened. And I want to hit on a couple key points there. He's right in a lot of aspects. Biden got in there to do a lot of different things that would never have happened under Trump. You understand? Like, they were able to take it the other way, wreck the economy, wreck jobs, full out flex with locked everything that they did with COVID, and start this war in Ukraine, get it to where they want, this greater Khazaria. This is the new Israel. It's what they said. This is what the Luboviches say. This is what they wanted. This is what they're on record, on video, saying and planning for this whole place, for this area. Okay? This is now gonna, I don't know, they'll have to work out the terms here, but it looks like Russia would basically take what they have occupied at this point. They'd draw a brand new demarcation line, like a new borderline, and it would have to be accepted. And really, Ukraine is not in any situation to do anything. Zelensky's not. He just got his money cut off for 90 days. It's like he's not in a position to do anything but just accept. He's just a puppet anyway. This dude is a puppet. I remember the real president, the real leader of Ukraine. He got ran out of there by the Obama regime. That's how long this has been going on. I've been covering it this whole time. Yeah, Maidan was their ground crew. Basically mercenaries from the West, CIA trained. Went in there and caused chaos. So much so they ran the elected government out of the country. They did. Then they ran Poroshenko, I think it was, into Russia. Into hiding, into there. And that's where this whole thing began. They stole all the gold out of the vaults in Ukraine, the Obama administration. I watched them go on a tear. They went into Ukraine, they went into Libya and killed Gaddafi right there in the streets without congressional approval and all that. They started striking. And I'm forgetting none of it. Who can wage war with the beast? If Gaddafi, who basically was the richest man in all of Africa, he controlled all those assets, that was calling out the beast. He was one of the only men on this planet in our lifetime to do it like he did it. Salutes Gaddafi. And look what they did to him right in front of us. Nobody did nothing. Whole world should have been behind him, supporting him against the beast. But nah, they sat back and shut their mouths. They do nothing. Watch him get murdered right there on TV. The Obama and Hillary and all of them sat there and watched it all in a room live. HD. Sickening. But who can wage war with the beast if someone that has that much power can't even? Only the Most High. Yeshua. Jesus. The Messiah. Christ. The Equalizer. The King of Kings. He comes like a thief in the night with fire. I can't wait till that fire comes to this evil place and burns it up. I don't care if I get killed in it. I gotta drop this body at some point. I'm fine with it. Lord God, just take my soul. And I hope I did enough to earn a life with some good souls for some time in another existence, because this place sucks at this point. The evil is so seething. It's so rampant, overwhelming. Who would want to come back into this? The experience is just, it's at its max. I can fully understand why the souls were screaming for the same thing, right before the flood, just like in the days of Noah. I can understand why none of them would want to come back in here, because I don't. Yeah, all right, so Russia is warning about Trump trying to take control of the Panama Canal. This could be a linchpin, like on the world stage, to really spark war, because Russia's down there going to and through it. China is said to be occupying it, like controlling it, and we built the damn thing. We did it all and like gifted it to Panama. of Panama was weak and had slithering old China slide up in there and basically bully them, and they're occupying the whole freaking thing. So that's what's happening, and you better watch it. Because they're everywhere. The Chinese are everywhere. This is why Trump's saying we got to take it back. And there in Greenland, they were brought up because of military assets, strategic assets that our country needs, in their viewpoint, moving forward. Because if we don't control it, China controls it, and that's basically their enemy out here on the world stage. Trump, if you don't know, exploded on the Prime Minister of Denmark. They're saying that this was a 45-minute, very aggressive phone call over the fate of Greenland. So if people think that, I don't know, whatever, like, this is serious. This is serious. All right? When they're talking Panama Canal in Greenland, like, they're talking, like, maybe even to the cusp of military action. Like, dangerous. Like, that's where they're going with this. Like, they're going to take it. And Canada's going to be on board too. See, something's happening. A huge shift is going to happen here. It didn't happen the first time under Trump, but let's just say that this whole Ukraine thing goes sour in talks, or backfires, or doesn't last, or something. Or maybe even you do. So you do. Maybe even you do strike up a peace deal with Russia, but still you have China and all their allies to contend with in a heads-up war. Not just like militarily, but like economically as well. I mean, straight up. The thing about that also is China depends on the United States in the whole economy to even exist. You see? So it's a double-edged sword when it comes down to this aspect, especially between China and the United States. They're so intertwined and have been for decades that if you go to full-blown war, like, you're both going to be hurting bad. Both. There's no other way around it. And China's admitted this. They know this. So it's like they're looking, from what we've heard and what we see, they're trying to set this up as like not like this one world, new world order, but a multipolar new world order. You know, all the same crap. It's just a show. It's just a show for the people, because behind the curtain, Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, Trump, they're eating cake and cheersing, as far as I can tell. They all played ISIS in the terrorist scheme and scam on all their people. They all played lockdowns and jabs on all their people. Wake up. Wake up. Damn scam. Or you play it again. See, the problem is this next one isn't going to be a beta. Should I say a beta test? It's going to be the real deal. Body's going to drop. It's going to be a whole different animal. In the meantime, federal government drops the C-19 requirement for legal migrants. So I didn't know that was even a thing, but apparently, if you wanted to even migrate into this country this whole time, even legally, you had to get that. The Trump DOJ directing all 93 U.S. attorney offices to prosecute state or local officials that obstruct immigration raids. You don't think that this isn't going to spark civil war and action and fighting? Oh, yeah, it is. So right here, you already know, we've got mayors, we've got governors, we've got all these people on record from the left saying that they're not doing this. They're not going along with this. They're not allowing it. They're not deporting, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're to be arrested and prosecuted. And all these attorneys' offices have been told. So these raids have begun. They're already out there taking people down. All right. Look at this guy just got arrested. An illegal from Haiti. He's pissed. He says F Trump and Biden forever and all this, but excuse the F-bomb, but
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today, too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets.
So, action in terms of getting these criminals out of the country is key. I think we all know it, but at a rate of getting even just a couple dozen a day in 4 years' time, I mean, how long is it going to take to find the 10 million that slipped in? Like, the damage has been done. Everyone's hoorahing because the military is now showing up at the border. And they're showing video clips and all this, and they're like, oh, yeah, bring it on. And it's a good thing, right? But again, how easily fooled are you? Yeah, it's a great thing, but it's too late. The freaking enemy, like a Trojan horse, has been in it. They're here. They're here. They're in here. Go ahead and fortify the border. All you're doing is locking everybody in at this point. Like, the damage has been done. So I don't feel the celebration of people saying, oh, they're down there securing the border. What should have been happening? Okay, it should have never been unsecured to begin with. And it's like, man, I'm going to be honest. I don't even feel comfortable with any celebration of seeing them down there. They should have been there. They should have been doing their job, and we wouldn't be in this situation. The enemy's in here. Over there with their pom-poms, hoorah, because the border, like, they're in here. I swear, people's small minds and their ignorance, that's what's going to get them hit by the Mack truck. New flight data shows that the first big load of people getting shipped out of here went to Guatemala. So flight logs and where they're shipping these people out to, it's happening, and that's a good thing. But we have not even seen, because Trump's been busy. Okay? It's still fresh in this thing here. He's been signing EOs and doing all this stuff, and it's been a busy couple days, right? But we've heard about these raids in the ICE teams raids. What about the military? Like, he just gave them full-fledged rights to go to war with the cartels, labeled them a terrorist threat. That's a bit of a different aspect. So I kind of foresee in the coming weeks and months we're gonna see some action on our border. We're gonna see it like heated and heavy. Exchanges, gunfire, like, I think it's just going to escalate big time. As things heat up heading into the summer, I think, too, all this action does. And look at this. Mexico rejects one of our flights here of people. So they're trying to send people down to Mexico, and Mexico already causing issues here. They don't know exactly what happened or why, but one of the flights that was supposed to take all these people down there was like rejected, didn't make it. So, yeah. Yeah, and 11/11. To look down, that brings this one to a close. Some final thoughts here, some shout outs. This is all good versus evil, that's for sure. We're in those days. I can promise you that more interesting things are going to happen. They're going to happen here in the days and weeks to come as well. It could get to a point to where it's almost daily, for surely weekly. I mean, right, we're already there, right? Like, at this point, ever since like the beginning of the year, the way it started, I think that the attacks are going to pick back up. They're kind of selective with what they occupy the masses' minds with. I think there's a time for that coming up. I think if you even look astrologically, where these things align, where, you know, war and attacks, there's heightened windows of things, I think that they'll hit them. We're not out of the woods yet for this one. Remember, we're still in their high satanic week right now. It kicked off on Inauguration Day. Running all through this week. I didn't even get a chance to talk about all the stuff that I need to update for what's going on with the UFOs and the UAPs and in all this. Like, I'm going to have to get it in on the next one for sure. Or maybe a special presentation is almost calling. But, yeah, a lot comes down to that border, brother. A lot of things in motion, man. We're in crazy times. There's so much going on. Remember what I said tonight? Trump telegraphing that the grid will be taken out. You know, when the Gentile Messiah says that, he said it like speaking it into existence. You gotta know how their black dark magic works, man. It's almost a guarantee it's going to. At this point, it's just the time cycle behind it. Same thing with what Gates said about this next one coming, and they called it for 2025, 5 years, and it's passed, and here we are. That's how quick it goes. Look, lowrider in house. Oh, wow. And thank you for the comment and the information. We are the last cannons. Salutes, my brother. Man. Oh, man. All I could say, stay ready, stay vigilant, and be prepared. We didn't spend all this time, all these years talking about all this for nothing. So, You know what's on the table. Anything can happen these days from one show to the next. I'm going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. And of course, if anything crazy or major pops off, I'll also be going live to cover it. And I'll be dropping videos right here on 7/7. Make sure to check my channel. They censor me so much, you probably won't get a notification. Hit that bell notification. Follow me on X. Email me, dabu7@yahoo.com. You get anything you want me to cover. And just much love, man. Just much love. Much love. God bless. May the Most High bless you if you call upon Him. Just bless those fighting the good fight, man. Crazy times, man. Thank you for joining me. Thank all of you for supporting the channel. Cannon's dropping the memberships there. Thank you, my brother. And everybody that got them, welcome to the underground. I want to thank everyone that's dropped a super chat tonight. Everyone. I appreciate it to the fullest. Appreciate it more than you know, the support. The coffees. Coming through Genghis, coming through huge tonight, man. Anyone hits the PayPal, anything like that, I appreciate all of it. Yeah, I look to be back here for the next one on Monday. It is Friday, right? Days fly by, yes. Yeah, I'll be back Monday. Salutes to all the purebloods. Keep it that way. I see you, Japan. Everybody worldwide that tunes in, man. Much love. Thank God for the blessing and the ability to be able to reach people globally with the message. So, stay fighting the good fight. Know that something, a higher power, is watching. Much love, Underground. Take us out of here with some music. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's been Dabu7 signing off. Much love. Thank you, Lowrider. Thank you, my brother, for all the support through all the years. rabbi. The Rabbi Jew, Tony. I played his video. Just do the research. They call him